Let me ask you something. Are you living at your highest potential, or are you letting weakness run the show? Are you waking up every day with power, purpose, and hunger, or are you making excuses, hesitating, and playing small? Listen to me. There is a battle happening inside you right now. One side is the weak, fearful, excuse-making version of you. The other side is the unstoppable warrior, the leader, the force of nature. And the winner? That's up to you. It's time to kill the weakness, crush the doubt, and rise to your true power. Who's ready to go all in? Success isn't about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to it. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against the world, the competition, or even your circumstances. It's against yourself. It's the battle between who you are and who you are destined to become. And make no mistake, this is a battle that will define your entire life. Every single day, you wake up with two voices in your head. One is the voice of power, discipline, and action. The other is the voice of doubt, weakness, and hesitation. Which one wins? The one you feed, the one you listen to, the one you allow to shape your actions. The truth is, most people lose this battle before they even realize it exists. They wake up and hit snooze. They procrastinate. They let fear control them. They tell themselves they will start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. They live their entire lives stuck in a loop of mediocrity, wondering why they never achieve the success they dream of. They don't realize that every time they choose weakness over action, they are giving up their power. But here's the good news. The battle within can be won. And the moment you decide to kill weakness, everything changes. Because weakness is not something you are born with, it's something you allow. It's not a permanent condition, it's a choice. And if you can choose weakness, you can choose power. You can choose to rise, to dominate, to become unstoppable. So how do you do it? How do you kill weakness once and for all? It starts with radical self-awareness. You need to recognize the lies you tell yourself. You need to catch the excuses the moment they show up. I'm too tired. I don't have enough time. I don't feel ready. These are nothing more than illusions designed to keep you trapped. When you expose them for what they are, you take away their power. Next, you need to take action. Immediate, massive action. Weakness survives in hesitation. It thrives when you wait, when you overthink, when you let fear creep in. The way to destroy it is to move before it has a chance to stop you. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for permission. The second you think about doing something that will move you forward, do it. Train yourself to act first, think later. That's how you rewire your brain for dominance. And let's be real, it won't be easy. Weakness doesn't die quietly. It will fight back. It will test you. It will try to make you quit. That's why you must develop unshakable discipline. Discipline is the weapon that defeats weakness every time. It's what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades, when the excitement wears off, when you feel like giving up. The people who win in life are not the most talented, the smartest, or the luckiest. They are the ones who master discipline. This is the truth. Your future is being shaped by your daily habits. Every action you take is either making you stronger or making you weaker. Every time you push through discomfort, you become more powerful. Every time you let yourself off the hook, you reinforce weakness. The choice is yours. When you start living with this mindset, something incredible happens. You stop feeling like a victim. You stop making excuses. You stop looking for external solutions to internal problems. You realize that power was always within you. You just needed to claim it. And here's the most important part. This isn't just about you. When you rise, you inspire others to rise. When you step into your power, you give others permission to do the same. The world needs leaders. It needs warriors. It needs people who are willing to stand up, take control, and create impact. And that starts with you. So today, make a decision. Decide that you will no longer tolerate weakness. Decide that you will show up for yourself every single day. Decide that you will fight for your power, your future, and your legacy. The battle within is yours to win. Now go. Dominate. Weakness is not something you are born with. It is something you allow to exist in your life. It is not a permanent condition, but a habit, a mindset, a pattern of thought that you have reinforced over time. The dangerous part? Most people don't even realize they are choosing weakness. They think it's just the way things are. They convince themselves that they don't have what it takes, that success is for others, that they are stuck where they are. But here's the truth. Weakness is not a curse. It is a decision. And the moment you decide to reject it, to kill it before it kills your potential. You step into the most powerful version of yourself. You need to understand that weakness disguises itself in many forms. It looks like procrastination, laziness, self-doubt, fear, excuses, and hesitation. It's the voice that tells you to stay in bed when you know you should get up. It's the urge to quit when things get hard. It's the habit of justifying why you haven't taken action yet. And the problem isn't that these feelings exist, it's that you listen to them. Every time you give in, you are feeding weakness, you are allowing it to take root in your life. You are training yourself to submit instead of fight. The most dangerous thing about weakness is that it makes you comfortable. It convinces you that you can take it easy, that there's always tomorrow, that you're fine where you are. But comfort is a slow death. It kills dreams, ambition, and potential. It lulls you into a state of mediocrity while convincing you that you're doing okay. But you weren't built for okay. You weren't put here to be average. You were created to be strong, powerful, and relentless in the pursuit of your potential. And that means you have to make a decision right now to kill weakness before it robs you of the life you are meant to live. So how do you do it? How do you eliminate weakness from your life for good? You attack it. You recognize it in the moment and refuse to give in. The second you catch yourself hesitating, doubting, or making excuses, you act, you move. You do the thing your mind is trying to avoid. You override the feeling with action. This is how you take control. This is how you rewire yourself for power. And let's be clear, weakness will fight back. It doesn't want to die. It will come up with new excuses, new justifications, new ways to convince you to stay where you are. It will disguise itself as logic, telling you that now isn't the right time, that you need more preparation, that you should wait until you feel ready. But all of this is an illusion. Weakness will always give you reasons to delay, and the only way to defeat it is to act before those reasons take hold. This is where the power of mindset comes in. Your mind is the battlefield where success or failure is determined. Everything you achieve or don't achieve starts with your thoughts. If your mind is filled with weakness, doubt, and fear, your life will reflect that. But if your mind is filled with strength, certainty, and power, nothing can stop you. Your beliefs shape your actions, and your actions shape your destiny. The key is to become hyper-aware of your thoughts. Pay attention to the things you say to yourself. Are you constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you'll fail, that you don't have what it takes? If so, understand that these thoughts are not reality. They are conditioning. They are just patterns you have learned over time. And the good news, you can reprogram them. You do this by feeding your mind the right messages. Every day, you remind yourself who you are, strong, powerful, capable, unstoppable. You speak it, you write it, you live it. You fill your mind with thoughts of victory and success until there is no room for doubt or fear. And when you do this consistently, something incredible happens. Your mind starts working for you instead of against you. You stop second-guessing yourself. You stop hesitating. You move with certainty, confidence, and power. This is the mindset of champions. This is the way the strongest, most successful people operate. They don't allow weakness to take control. They don't entertain thoughts of failure. They don't sit around waiting for the right moment. They train their minds to think only of strength, action, and results. And because of that, they win. But this isn't just about success. It's about freedom. When you master your mind, you free yourself from fear, from hesitation, from the mental chains that have been holding you back. You stop living reactively and start living on your terms. You become the kind of person who sets a goal and makes it happen no matter what. You become unshakable. So today you have a choice. You can continue feeding weakness, allowing doubt and fear to control you, staying stuck in the same place, telling yourself the same excuses, or you can take control. You can decide that from this moment forward, you will master your thoughts, destroy weakness, and create the future you were meant to live. The battle is within you, and you are built to win. Your mind is the command center of your life. Every action you take, every decision you make, every outcome you experience, all of it starts in your head. The way you think determines how you show up in the world. If you believe you are weak, you will act weak. If you believe you are powerful, you will act with strength. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy, and the difference is entirely up to you. Most people never take control of their thoughts. They allow fear, doubt, and negativity to dominate their mental space. They tell themselves stories about why they can't succeed, why they're not good enough, why they don't have what it takes. These thoughts are not just harmless ideas. They are the very things keeping them stuck. because the mind dictates action. And if your mind is full of weakness, your actions will reflect that. You will hesitate, you will avoid challenges, you will shrink in the face of adversity. But when you train your mind to be powerful, everything changes. You start thinking differently, speaking differently, moving differently. You start showing up as someone who refuses to accept limitations. You start attacking life instead of reacting to it. The most successful, dominant people in the world are not controlled by their emotions or doubts. They are controlled by a deep, unwavering belief in their own strength. They do not wait for external validation. They do not seek permission. They decide who they are and they act accordingly. Rewiring your mind for power is not something that happens overnight. It requires consistent effort, discipline, and self-awareness. You must learn to recognize the thoughts that do not serve you and replace them with thoughts that do. The moment you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, you must override it with, I will find a way. When fear creeps in, you must confront it with courage. When doubt whispers that you're not ready, you must take action anyway. The key is repetition. Just like a muscle grows stronger with training, your mind becomes more powerful the more you condition it. You must flood your brain with positive reinforcement every single day. You must remind yourself who you are, what you're capable of, and what you're here to achieve. And most importantly, you must back those thoughts up with action. Because confidence is not built by words alone, it is built by experience. The more you push yourself, the more you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you thought. And once you start seeing yourself as powerful, nothing can stop you. This is why waiting to feel ready is one of the biggest lies people tell themselves. If you sit around waiting for confidence to show up, you will be waiting forever. Confidence is not something you are given, it is something you create. And you create it by acting before you feel ready, by moving forward even when you're scared, by stepping into challenges instead of avoiding them. The people who win in life are not the ones who never feel fear or doubt. They are the ones who refuse to let those feelings control them. They understand that fear is just an illusion, a signal that they are stepping into new territory. Instead of running from it, they use it as fuel. They recognize that every time they push through discomfort, they expand their limits. Every time they take action, despite uncertainty, they gain power. The mistake most people make is that they wait for motivation. They think they need to feel inspired before they can take action. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. It cannot be the foundation of your success. If you rely on motivation, you will only take action when it's convenient, when you feel good, when everything is going your way. And that is exactly why most people never achieve greatness, because they are ruled by their emotions instead of by their decisions. The real secret is this: you must learn to take action regardless of how you feel. You must train yourself to move even when you don't want to show up even when you're tired, to execute even when the conditions aren't perfect, because this is what separates the weak from the strong. The weak wait for the right moment, the strong create the moment. The weak hesitate, the strong act. And once you start living this way, you become unstoppable. You no longer make excuses. You no longer allow circumstances to dictate your results. You take full control of your life because you know that power is something you create, not something you wait for. This is the mindset of champions. This is the way warriors operate. They do not let their emotions dictate their actions. They do not let fear hold them back. They do not wait for permission. They move, they execute, they dominate. And that is exactly what you must do if you want to rise to your highest potential. So stop overthinking, stop hesitating, stop doubting yourself. Make a decision right now to take action, to train your mind for power, to step into the strongest version of yourself, because at the end of the day, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the battle within your own mind. And that is a battle you are built to win. Most people live their lives ruled by their emotions. They wake up and decide how their day will go based on how they feel. If they feel motivated, they take action. If they feel tired, they take it easy. If they feel uncertain, they hesitate. But this way of living is a trap. It keeps you weak, inconsistent, and stuck. Because emotions are unreliable. Some days you will feel powerful. Other days you will feel exhausted, unmotivated, and full of doubt. And if you allow those feelings to dictate your actions, you will never reach your full potential. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. Winners do what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. They do not rely on motivation. They do not wait for the perfect moment. They act regardless of their emotions. They move forward even when it's uncomfortable. They push through resistance because they understand a fundamental truth. Power is built through action, not feelings. Think about it. The most successful athletes don't train only when they feel inspired. They train every single day, whether they're sore, tired, or completely drained. The best entrepreneurs don't work only when they're in the mood. They show up, solve problems, and execute their vision no matter what. The strongest leaders don't take action only when it's easy. They make the tough calls, face challenges head on, and keep pushing forward because they understand that greatness is built on discipline, not emotions. This is where most people fail. They wait until they feel ready. They wait for inspiration to strike. They wait for a sign, a spark, or some magical burst of energy before they take action, and that's why they never move forward. Because the truth is, action creates motivation, not the other way around. If you sit around waiting to feel ready, you will stay stuck forever. But the second you take action, even when you don't feel like it, something shifts inside you. You gain momentum, you build confidence. You prove to yourself that you are capable. And once you start moving, you begin to feel that motivation you were waiting for. This is why discipline is the ultimate key to power. Because motivation fades, inspiration comes and goes, but discipline, that is unshakable. It doesn't matter if you're tired, unmotivated, or facing obstacles. Discipline forces you to show up anyway. It forces you to follow through on your commitments, even when every part of you wants to quit. It is the foundation of every great achievement. The truth is, the path to success is not about how many times you feel motivated. It's about how many times you show up despite not feeling like it. It's about how often you push past discomfort, how often you take action when every fiber of your being wants to stop, because that is what separates those who win from those who give up. This is why you must train yourself to take action first and let your feelings catch up later. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop letting your emotions dictate your decisions. Commit to taking action no matter what. When you don't feel like working out, train anyway. When you don't feel like pushing through that challenge, do it anyway. When your mind is filled with excuses, override them with action. The more you do this, the stronger you become. And over time, you condition yourself to take action automatically, without hesitation, without excuses, without relying on fleeting emotions. The reason discipline is so powerful is that it creates consistency. And consistency is the secret weapon of every high achiever. Anybody can work hard for a day, anybody can be motivated for a week, but the people who truly dominate in life are the ones who show up every single day no matter what. They do not allow distractions, doubts, or emotions to break their momentum. They keep moving forward brick by brick until they have built something unstoppable. This is what you must do. You must make discipline a non-negotiable part of your life. You must commit to action no matter how you feel. You must train yourself to override weakness with movement, because every time you push through, you gain more power. Every time you refuse to let your emotions control you, you become stronger. And eventually you reach a point where success is no longer a question, it's inevitable. At the end of the day, the only thing standing between you and your goals is your willingness to take action no matter what. The people who dominate in life are not the ones who always feel motivated. They are the ones who act despite how they feel. They have mastered discipline, and because of that, they are unstoppable. So the question is, will you let your emotions control you, or will you take control, commit to action, and rise to your full power? The choice is yours. Most people live their lives avoiding pain, discomfort, and struggle. They want success, but they don't want the hardship that comes with it. They want strength, but they shy away from challenges. They want power, but they don't want to endure the pressure required to build it. And this is exactly why they stay weak. Because growth is forged in discomfort, strength is built through resistance, power is earned through struggle. If you look at the most dominant people in any field, you will notice one thing. They are battle-tested. They have been through pain, adversity, and setbacks, yet they kept going. They didn't avoid difficulty, they embraced it. They didn't run from challenges, they faced them head on, because they understood a simple truth: hardship is the price of greatness. But the problem is, most people have been conditioned to seek comfort. Society teaches you to take the easy route, to play it safe, to avoid risk. You are told to look for security instead of growth. And the moment you experience discomfort, your mind tells you to back off, to slow down, to take it easy. But this mindset is exactly what keeps you small, because every time you retreat from difficulty, you reinforce weakness. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, You rob yourself of the strength you could have built. The reality is, struggle is not something to fear, it is something to seek out. Because struggle is what shapes you. It is what forces you to grow beyond your limits. When you push yourself to the edge, when you take on challenges that seem impossible, when you refuse to quit despite the pressure, you transform. You become a different person, a stronger, more resilient, more powerful version of yourself. Think about it. The strongest muscles are built through the heaviest resistance. The greatest warriors are forged in the hardest battles. The most successful people have faced the toughest challenges. And this isn't a coincidence. It's because struggle forces growth. Pain forces adaptation. And every time you endure, you gain more strength, more skill, more experience. But the weak never experience this. Because the moment things get difficult, they quit. The moment discomfort sets in, they back off. They tell themselves it's too hard, that they're not ready, that they'll try again later, but later never comes. And instead of growing, they remain the same. Instead of building strength, they stay weak. And they wonder why they never achieve the success they desire. The truth is, you must rewire your relationship with struggle. Instead of avoiding it, you must lean into it. Instead of seeing difficulty as a sign to stop, you must see it as a sign to keep going. Because the moment things get tough is the moment you are about to grow. That resistance you feel, that's the barrier between who you are and who you are meant to become. And the only way to break through is to keep pushing. This is why winners don't complain about challenges. They don't look for shortcuts. They don't wish things were easier. They wish they were stronger. Because they understand that every struggle is an opportunity to level up. Every challenge is a chance to sharpen their mindset, their discipline, their endurance. And because they embrace the struggle, they continue to rise. The mindset shift is simple but powerful. Struggle is a privilege. It means you are in the arena. It means you are playing at a level that forces you to grow. It means you are on the path to becoming unstoppable. The people who avoid struggle never experience this transformation. They remain in their comfort zones, repeating the same patterns, living the same life, never tapping into their full potential. But those who embrace struggle, they become elite. They become warriors. They become the kind of people who cannot be broken no matter what life throws at them. So the next time you face a challenge, don't retreat, don't make excuses, don't look for the easy way out. Stand tall and face it. Push through. Endure. Because on the other side of that struggle is the version of you that is stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever before. And when you make this your way of life, when you stop running from hardship and start attacking it with everything you have, you become unstoppable. There is no obstacle too big, no pressure too intense, no challenge too great. Because you are no longer afraid of struggle, you thrive in it. And that is when you rise to your true power. Your environment is shaping you every single day, whether you realize it or not. The people you surround yourself with, the conversations you engage in, the content you consume, all of it is programming your mind. It is either making you stronger, sharpening your edge, and fueling your growth, or it is dulling your ambition, feeding your doubts, and keeping you stuck in mediocrity. The truth is, you cannot rise to power while staying in a weak environment. If you want to reach your highest potential, you must take full control over what you allow into your life. Most people don't understand how deeply they are influenced by their surroundings. They assume they are independent thinkers, unaffected by external forces. But look closely and you'll see the patterns. You start adopting the habits of the people you spend the most time with. You start thinking like them, speaking like them, and eventually living like them. If you are constantly around people who make excuses, complain, and settle for less, guess what? You will start doing the same. If you engage in conversations full of negativity, self-doubt, and gossip, those thoughts will seep into your mind and shape your reality. But on the flip side, when you immerse yourself in an environment of discipline, ambition, and excellence, you are forced to level up. When you surround yourself with people who are driven, relentless, and hungry for success, their energy becomes contagious. You start thinking bigger, moving faster, and demanding more from yourself. This is why the most powerful people in the world are extremely selective about who they let into their circle. They do not tolerate weakness. They do not allow negativity. They do not engage in conversations that drain their energy, because they know that their environment will either elevate them or destroy them. This is where you need to take full accountability. Look around at your current environment. Are the people in your life pushing you to grow, or are they keeping you comfortable? Are they challenging you to be better, or are they reinforcing your weaknesses? Are the conversations you engage in building you up, or are they filling your mind with distractions and limitations? Be brutally honest with yourself. Because the wrong environment will silently rob you of your potential. The solution is simple but requires courage. You must cut out anything and anyone that weakens you. If someone constantly complains, makes excuses, or drags you into negativity, you must create distance. If certain habits, social circles, or forms of entertainment are dulling your focus and ambition, you must eliminate them. This isn't about being harsh or arrogant. It's about protecting your mind. You have one shot at life, and you cannot afford to let a weak environment hold you back. But it's not just about removing the negative. It's about actively building an environment that makes you stronger. You must surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and force you to rise. Seek out mentors, high achievers, and individuals who have already accomplished what you want. Immerse yourself in books, podcasts, and content that feed your mind with knowledge, power, and strategy. Design your surroundings to keep you disciplined. Set up your workspace, your schedule, and your habits in a way that maximizes your focus and execution. When you do this, success becomes inevitable because your environment is no longer working against you, it is propelling you forward. The hardest part? Letting go of relationships and habits that no longer serve you. It will be uncomfortable. People will question you. Some may even get angry. But understand this, your loyalty should be to your potential, not to your past. If someone truly supports you, they will respect your growth. If they don't, then they were never meant to be in your future. You must be willing to prioritize your mission over temporary comfort. Because power is not given to those who cling to familiarity, it is earned by those who have the courage to step into a higher level of existence. This is why winners always elevate their environment. They do not allow themselves to be surrounded by weakness. They do not tolerate negativity. They do not engage in meaningless distractions. Every part of their life is designed for success, from the people they associate with to the way they structure their day. And because of that, they continue to grow, evolve, and dominate at higher levels. So if you truly want to rise, you must take full control over your environment. Eliminate anything that weakens you. Surround yourself with strength. Immerse yourself in an atmosphere of power, discipline, and ambition. Because when you do, success is no longer a matter of if, it is simply a matter of time.